Okay, does this not look morbid or what? Today we're going to be taking a look at an old Halloween product. This is Serena. She was a Grandin Road mannequin type prop that I purchased several years ago. She was actually the very first prop figurine that I purchased for my Halloween display. So I think I had her, gosh, had to be like maybe 5 years ago or so. She came as a set. Well, I don't know if she came as a set, but she was always depicted with another figure that I'll show you later. He was Vincent. He was a vampire. I'm not entirely sure what Serena is supposed to be. She's probably a female vampire, or I kind of think she looks like a zombie, but I use her as a witch in a fortune-telling display. So I'm going to put her together for you real quick, show you what she looks like in case you want to find her for yourself on eBay, or if you find her in a thrift store or so. One thing, you're not going to find her in a box because she came pretty unceremoniously in a plain cardboard box, which was a little bit disappointing. And actually, to be honest with you, I found everything about her pretty disappointing. But don't let me cloud your opinions. I'm going to put her together and show you myself. She comes with one of these Christmas tree stands. I don't much care for these because it tends to make her fall over. And I can't tell you how many times I have done this, putting one of these things on upside down. The first time I ever did that, it got so wedged in there I could not get it out. Well, I eventually did, but it took a lot of prying. So anyway, she just comes on this simple stand. So, with these 4 feet, if you're going to put her outside, like I sometimes do, if you're on any sort of hill, you got to make sure that she is sitting so that isn't going to tip over. It's kind of wobbly. But there's not a whole lot to her. Now, she retailed for $100. And, again, she was one of my first props, so I, was just excited to have one. And Grandin Road is kind of pricey to begin with. So now in, the benefit of hindsight, I would never pay that for her. I think she's kind of a ripoff. But she does have nice flowing robes. If I can get her on her stand here. All right, let me just prop her up. Now there we go. Now even on the level ground, she's kind of wobbly because her head is very heavy and her hair doesn't help. It makes it lean forward. And especially her arms are opposable, so if you have them in any sort of outstretched nature, she's going to tip over. And I don't know how well you can see it from where it is. Maybe I can stand her up here real quick. Is because she leans forward and her robes tend to flow forward, you can kind of always see the stand behind her. And the stand doesn't come with any easy way to secure it to the ground. So if you're outside on a hill, I'll usually stack a big rock on here just so she's not going to tip over. It would be nice if it came with stakes that you could, plant her into the ground. But there she is. Isn't she beautiful? Her hair, it's always falling forward because of the way she leans. So I'm constantly trying to push it back, keep it out of her face. But, honestly, I don't know if that's any better because she has these ugly red eyes. Now let me show you what she does. In fact, I'm going to turn her back around just so you can see. When her hair flows forward, it's so thin in the back that you can see the battery compartment, which is kind of awful. But just to give you an idea of how little I actually use her, let me see if I can get her turned on, if I can find my way through her hair here. Oh, I know that switch is in here somewhere. Is that it? I think I got it. All right. There we go. I don't know when I put those batteries in. It had to have been the first year. They're still going strong, which I had to look and see what kind of batteries those are because I need to order more of them. But after all these years, they still blink. Now, I do like that it's not just a flashy blink. It is kind of a fade in, fade out. Of course, that might be the battery. I don't know. So I will give her props for that. She also has really cool hands. They're very claw-like. It's got some vein detail here. I'll bring the camera up closer. We can take a closer look at that too. Her robes are nice and flowing. Now, she scratches very easily. This material is not a hard plastic. It's very soft. In fact, if you can see when I press on it, it kind of indents. So she's already got a scuff on her nose and on her cheek. So that's not going to go away. But I know that when I first got her and I saw her on the forums, some people had been receiving her with her nose smushed in and they were very upset. So I was very happy when I got her that she was in perfect condition, though she's not anymore. One thing I do like to do, because like I said, I make her a fortune teller. I just get one of these hats. I actually have a big witch's hat for her that I think is much nicer, but I couldn't find it in the disaster of my Halloween storeroom. This just happens to be one of those witch's hats you can get from the dollar store, so just kind of give you an idea. I'll throw a hat on her, and I forgot to bring it, but sometimes I'll get a skull, one of those little foam skulls, and I can sort of wedge it into her little claw-like hand here. So kind of gives her that creepy, I'm a fortune teller look. And I'll usually display her in front of some tarot cards. These are my zombie tarot cards that I picked up off Amazon, which I'm going to be doing a review on next. So stay tuned for that if you want to take a look at those. They're pretty creepy and cool. But you know what? Let's go ahead and take a closer look. She actually doesn't look too bad right there. That makes a good picture. Again, there you can kind of see the base sticking out from her robes, which is a shame. But the robes themselves are actually pretty nice quality. I am impressed with them. Just going to take her hat off, just so you can see again what she looks like without the hat. So what do you think? I kind of like her. I think it might be because I just happened to get the hair just right here in front of you. So we got lucky together. But in general, especially when her hair starts covering up her face because you know the wind blows or she tilts forward a little bit, she loses kind of her magic charm. But if you can get her just right like that, she looks pretty good. I usually leave her indoors, you know, again in my fortune teller display, but once she goes outdoors on actual Halloween, so I can make sure everybody sees her, it's anybody's guess as to how she's going to look. So let me know what you think. I'm going to be showing you her partner in crime, Vincent, here coming up soon. I hate him even more than her. But yeah, let me know. What do you think? That's it for now. Stay tuned for more Halloween reviews if you're interested, and I'll see you around. Happy haunting, everyone.